Now in a movie like this, you're gonna expect some pop culture references, but when you reference the dynamic duo of cooking meth, you win. Period. So Zootopia takes all different kinds of animals, from predator all the way to prey, and throws them in a world like us humans. And within all the chaos of a high-octane city, we follow the story of the first bunny police officer that just wants to make a difference. I was super excited for Zootopia because Disney animations for the past few years, they've been on a hot streak. With titles like Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, and Big Hero 6, they were all great movies. So the big question is, does Disney keep the ball rolling with Zootopia? Yes they do. Now with quite the list of voicing talents from Idris Elba to J.K. Simmons, our story primarily focuses on the dynamic and the relationship between Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman. Now in a film like this, that relationship between those two characters needs to be spot on. It really carries the entire movie. And I will say this judgmental love-hate relationship between the officer bunny and the scavenger fox is great. What I love so much about them is that they bounce back and forth off each other. And as the story progresses, you learn more about each of these two characters, and that really advances their story arc between each other, and it gives us audience more to leech on to. You really see this whole theme and idea of stereotyping animals to be bad or be good really present throughout these characters. And the best thing is that when these themes are set up, there's an actual payoff to them, and these characters' story arc actually goes full circle. Now in a film named Zootopia, you're obviously expecting all these different dynamics between all these different animals. And the thing I loved about this movie is that it takes that opportunity to show you all these animals, all these different locations through the story, and it really gives it to you. The animation of all the characters, the rainforest, the deserts, the city scopes, they're all huge and they're beautiful to look at. We have some good characters to follow along with, some great themes to overcome, and some beautiful animation. Now can all this be put together with what I think every animation should have? Comedy? Of course it does. As I said in the intro, these pop culture references are sprinkled very nicely throughout the film. And what I love about them is that they appeal for all ages. Yes, this is a kids movie, so they have jokes that obviously appeal for kids, but the fact that I can laugh at things and only notice certain things that other people won't even be able to notice from my age, that's awesome. And of course, every single good animation should have that emotional impact, as I like to call the feels. And although this movie did have those moments where you really felt for the characters and felt for the whole idea of the film, it did have a little bit of problems with balancing, in my opinion. And what all great animations have to find is a balance between the emotional core and all these comedic aspects to it. And for the most part in this film, I thought it found that balance very well. But there's a certain bit in the middle of the film where I noticed they really focused on those references and really focused on all those jabs at animal puns and everything. And although these scenes are really funny, it's one of these things that I thought about and I said, maybe you could have held back a little bit more on the references and the, poking fun at animals and pushed a little bit more towards the character and the emotion. But as soon as that thought lingered in my mind, the next few scenes, the emotional impact came back and more character-driven stuff went, and I was right back on track. Overall, I thought Zootopia was great. Is it my favorite Disney animation movie? I don't think so, but it was definitely a great time. It had good characters and a great theme that I think can apply to everyone. And it's just in a few scenes where I think the balancing isn't as steady as maybe it should be. But with all that being said, I would definitely recommend Zootopia. It's a great watch, and that means Zootopia definitely deserves 2 thumbs up. So have you guys seen Zootopia? If you have, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and until next time, I'm Marco Polo 2417. Ciao for now.